Hello friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Breck Roll. Alright, my last video I showed you me going out and getting some quotes for my Headstone marker. Now it turns out a couple days ago, one of the two companies sent me a quote. And actually they sent me 6 different quotes because there was some variety in terms of what I was looking for. I was telling them initially that I wanted a monument between 36 and 40 inches tall. So what they actually did is gave me a quote for the 36 inch tall and a 40 inch tall monument. They also gave me the price for the base that the monument sits on. Since this monument is going to be incredibly massive and very, very heavy, I'm going to have a thicker than usual base. Normally you might have a 4 or 6 inch base to support the weight of a normal headstone. But since my stone is going to be very, very heavy, because it's going to be, at least 3 feet tall, at least 1.5 feet thick, and maybe taller. So we're talking about a massive stone. So I'm going to have a little larger than usual platform to put it on. And the options that they're recommending are 8, 10, or 12 inches thick. So I've gotten 3 quotes for the 36 inch tall monument with one of each of the different bases, and 3 quotes for the taller monument, the 40 inch tall monument, and with each of the 3 bases. So I got 6 options here to look at, and right now I think the next step I need to do is try and get an idea what this thing is going to look like, try and decide which of the 2 sides I want, 2 size monuments I want, and let's see what they look like. And I'm kind of a visual person, so what I've done is I've gone out and bought some poster board, and I'm going to actually kind of create a 3D mock-up of what I'm expecting my monument to look like, so I can kind of decide whether I want the 30, 36, or the 40 inch model. So I'm going to get going with that, and I'll show you some of that construction. So I was originally planning to get some just poster board, hopefully some real thick stuff, but the poster board I could find was really, really small pieces. It was 18 inches by 24 inches and wasn't going to cut it. But they had these trifold foam display boards there. And I thought, okay, that'll work because I can unfold it. I can shape this, and it's black too, so it'll kind of give me a good approximation of what the thing will look like too, because the monument itself is going to be black. So I got 4 of these things, and I got some more glue sticks for my hot glue gun and a new box knife. And basically I'm going to fabricate a 3-dimensional version of my headstone here, so I can kind of get an idea what the size looks like and what the finished product is going to look like. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. That's our process. So let's get going. All right, a couple hours have passed by. I've kind of gotten the pieces shaped. This piece here on the bottom is going to be basically the size of the platform, the base that the whole thing will be sitting on. I'm not building it at an angle. I'm going to build it straight up. I want to judge it by size, and actually I'm building this one as the 36 inch model, and then we'll just lift it up 4 inches taller to see if that's going to be more to my liking. But it's coming along. I got the 3 sides. I'm actually going to go all the way around, so it's going to be a full 3-dimensional model of the thing. And once I'm done, of course, then I got to build the sides or the top and the pinnacle of that. And so I'm going to continue working on that. And yeah, well, I guess that's what it's going to look like. All right, a little bit more time has passed, and I've actually gotten the entire bottom part of the monument done. I got to still do the point on the top, and that'll take a little time and a little thinking here, because so far what I've been doing is hot gluing everything, and I've been hot gluing it on the inside to kind of hold it together. But there's no getting inside of it once I put the top on it. So I'm going to have to do a little thinking about how I'm going to do that. But basically I'm going to have a point that kind of goes up to about here. And that's going to be the 36 inch model. So like I said, what I'm going to do is put it on there, set it at 36 inches. And then when I get to the point where I want to actually see what it looks like larger, I'll see if this looks like it's going to work for me. And if not, we'll boost it up a couple more inches and see what that looks like. So I'm going to get going on the roof of this thing, and shouldn't be long until we're done with this. All right, some more time has gone by. I got the top on it. I'm not sure if this angle will be like this or maybe a little bit more like this on the final product. I want to kind of get the thing down on the ground and see what it looks like from the ground, kind of sitting at, what, 8, 10, and 12 inches off the ground. I'm kind of simulating the block that it sits on with this little piece down here. But yeah, as you can see, that's kind of basically what the thing is going to look like. And then we'll do something here and I don't know, maybe something on the back. It seems to me a lot of the price is cutting the stone to its shape ultimately. And the rest of it is just kind of done. I think they have kind of a sandblasting method. So, you know, it would actually seem that maybe I would have two sides to work with if I wanted to, because I could do something maybe on the back too. But like I said, it doesn't really matter. It's going to be one side or the other. And I think even if I made this angle a little steeper, more like this, that would maybe leave the possibility of putting something up here too. But that is sort of what I had in mind. Kind of looks like a quartz crystal, right? Got all the angles right and all that. It's a little sloppy because I used a hot glue gun to attach everything and make everything stick together. But yeah, that's what the thing's hopefully going to look like. Here rests Breck, huh? All right, so there's the final product kind of sitting on the ground. I actually kind of faked it a little bit on the base. I just taped a piece of cardboard on a bucket here. But the bucket is exactly 12 inches tall, so that's sort of what it'll look like, you know, on a 12-inch tall base, because that'll go all the way down. It'll probably be a couple inches underground at the bottom, so you might only actually see the 8 inches that are showing. But this does kind of show what the thing's going to look like. And, you know, this is me sitting in front of it. So, you know, if you come up to it, I'm kind of a tall guy, so you know, this is me kind of looking down on it. I don't know if this is the right size or if I want to go the taller one. This is the 36 inches from the base to the peak. And actually I may end up taking some photos of this because I kind of got the idea that some of the people I were talking about this didn't fully comprehend all the angles on this. But yeah, that's a pretty impressive grave marker, don't you think? I think that's going to look really cool. You get that in a solid black granite. That's going to look just like a piece of crystal coming out of the ground. And like I said, mine's going to be tipped a little bit because, let's face it, crystals don't ever grow parallel to the ground. They kind of do their own thing here. I actually used this a lot for inspiration, and this piece specifically is sort of the inspiration for this. It's tipped at just a little bit of an angle, and like I said, I want to create the angle so that it does look like that. But I got to also deal with the fact that I don't want it to lean so much that it becomes top heavy and tips over. That wouldn't be any good. So I figured 10 degrees would be enough, and that'll tip it like, you know, maybe like that. And then we'll have the text, you know, parallel to the ground. Even though the crystal's a little bit sideways, the text will still be parallel to the ground, and I think it'll look really good. So yeah, that's hopefully what it's going to look like. So all I got to decide now is if that's the one I want to go with, or I want to go with the version that's 4 inches taller. So a little bit of thinking. I'm going to sit and look at this for the next few days now and kind of seek the inspiration I'm looking for. So anyway, I don't know. This was a kind of a weird little project today I wanted to do, and because you know, I'm a very visual kind of person. I have to be able to see it. You can tell me it's 36 or 40 inches tall on a 12-inch base, but you know, I can't really grasp how little or how big that is. So kind of had to do this, but like I said, I think this was a good exercise. Kind of gives me an idea of what we're looking at, and I think this is going to look really cool when it's done. So anyway, I think that's all that I have for today. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you next time on Escaping the Mouse. Good night.